4 shots for Cincinnati, nothing so far for Central Michigan. The 4 shots for Cincinnati, nothing so far for Central Michigan. The Chippewas having trouble finding anything in the offensive zone so far. Davidson in to take this draw for Cincinnati. 17 even remains in the opening period from the Queen City Sportsplex. I mentioned earlier the opening game of a 2-game series between Central Michigan and Cincinnati. Both teams new to Division I in the ACHA. It's won by Cincinnati. Shot deflects off of a Chippewa and out. With a draw on the left side. Just 4 seconds went off the clock. And that last draw to the shot that deflected out. Davidson once again in the circle for Cincinnati. He wins that draw. To the point it goes. Flipped forward by Bepko. Into the corner it goes on the left side. Bouncing around. Bepko had it. Now at the point, he loses possession. Back to the neutral zone it goes, working from left to right. Bepko feeling the pressure from the Chippewas. Gonna drop it off to Baxton. Baxton back for Cincinnati. Sends it to the neutral zone. Bepko now on the right side. He drops it off. Limmerbrock towards the center circle. It's flipped towards the net. There's just wide. Another opportunity for Cincinnati. Here's Central Michigan wrapping around their own net, trying to break it out themselves in the area. Katsilidis. Back here at the Queen City Sportsplex, working through some technical difficulties we're having here at the rink. Shot goes on for Cincinnati, blocked away by Remmer. Cincinnati still with possession. Chippewas poke it away from him, going down, and the hand goes up. We're gonna have a whistle against Cincinnati. That's gonna set up the first power play of the night for the Chippewas. They got their first shot on goal a minute or two ago. Now they're gonna go on the power play. Tripping is the call against the Bearcats. So 1-man advantage for the Chippewas as they try and build their way back into this game after allowing an opening goal in the first 30 seconds. Draw is won by Central Michigan. The point it goes, working it from right to left. Try and send it to that right hash. Cincinnati was ready for it, able to clear it down the opposing end and run that one for Cincinnati. Ignatovic was in the area. He's still down there being the lone forechecker for Cincinnati. Playing 3 men back on this penalty kill. Chippewas try and send it through the neutral zone. It's a mess around much. Porter with the hit on the right side for Cincy. Central Michigan still trying to develop something. Katsilidis had a chance. Now it's at the stick of Franzen. Franzen in the offensive zone for Central Michigan, working from left to right, rather. Send it over. Now down low is Miller. Miller thought about the shot. He sent it off the boards, back behind the net. Get that Williamson now, working the point on the left side. Williamson going to send it on net. The save is made by Caden Dalton. Dalton with another save. Cincinnati tries to clear this one out. Towards the blue line it goes. Williamson, another shot to the feet of Dalton. He falls on top of it. rattled around a little bit. He freezes it, earns the whistle. It'll be a draw to his right. 53 seconds remain on the penalty kill for Cincinnati. Kimball going to go in the center circle, or in that circle for Central Michigan. Draw is won by Cincinnati. It's went around the boards, back behind the net. And that one around for him was Bepko. Alex Perez on the ice, applying some pressure on this forecheck now. Getting back on defense as it's taken in the offensive zone for Central Michigan. Puck is stolen by Cincinnati. They try and send it off the boards. Perez, the lone man up for Cincinnati in the attacking side of the ice. Central Michigan trying to send it around. Perez still applying that pressure. Binford has it for Central Michigan, going around his own net from right to left. Now drops it off to the stick of Delcor. Cincinnati still applying heavy pressure on this penalty kill. Only 15 seconds remain for Central Michigan. Cincinnati with the steal right in front of the net. Alex Perez had it. It's poked away by Central Michigan, though. Perez trying to bury this one in the corner and drain that clock on this PK. 3 seconds remain. And here comes Central Michigan. One last push as the man comes out of the box for Cincinnati. It goes out of bounds. Cincinnati successfully kills off that first penalty of the game. 4 shots on goal in this one for the Chippewas, but Cincinnati staying strong on the defensive side of the ice. Top line for Cincinnati back out on the ice. Sunderhaas out there, along with Bauman and Bennett. Chippewas with their top line out there as well. Logan Wolf on the ice. It's won by the Chippewas, but Cincinnati is able to clear it out. They're going to say it deflected off of Central Michigan. Central Michigan tries to clear it out of their own end, goes all the way down. Dalton has his hands up, and the icing will be called. 12:37 remains in this opening period, with Cincinnati leading 1-0 over Central Michigan. Draw coming to the offensive zone for Cincinnati. Top line remains out there for the Bearcats. Sunderhaas goes into that circle. On that left dot, ready for this draw. Sunderhaas wins it. The defense it goes, trying to take the shot. It was a good block by Central Michigan right at the blue line. They're going to poke this one away. That's Logan Wolf. Wolf up the right side, sends it forward to Franzen. Franzen drops one in. Around the net it goes. Sunderhaas makes the play on it for Cincy. Cincy trying to send it forward. Central Michigan trying to develop an attack of their own. And here comes Cincinnati on the counter. Kempa working it forward for the Bearcats. Kempa right in front, takes the shot and scores. Top shelf, Jacob Kempa has 2 to open this game for the Bearcats. They lead 2-0 in the opening 8 minutes. A breakaway goal for Cincinnati to extend their lead over Central Michigan. Kempa was up there along with Sunderhaas. So the Bearcats' speed shows once again. 2-0 Cincinnati leads with 12:10 remaining in this second period. Cincinnati has possession, trying to work through the neutral zone. Right at the red line on the right side. Good hit applied by Central Michigan right in the neutral zone. That's Josh Bassett applying that one. Cincy steals in the offensive zone. Up top, they have it working from point to point. The shot goes just wide. A mess in front. Bodies bouncing around. The shot as they fade away for Cincinnati goes on net. Rimmer makes the stop. Cincinnati working through that left circle. Chippewas poke it away from them as they try and work it towards the neutral zone. Offsides will be the call. Delayed call. It's going to send it all the way down, though, in the defensive zone for Cincinnati. So an opportunity developing for Central Michigan. Line changes all over the place. The delayed offsides. It's going to send it all the way down. Central Michigan trying to develop some offensive opportunities themselves. 4 shots on goal in this one to start off the game. 6 for Cincinnati. Kempa with both goals for the Bearcats. They win this draw, trying to break it out that right side. Going to be at the feet of Cawthron. Cawthron looks around, tries to send that outlet pass forward. Made its way to the stick of Grozen. Grozen tried to push it forward for the Bearcats, deflects off a couple sticks as the Chippewas try and break it out themselves. Williamson's looking for that pass all the way up towards the right side of the ice. Cincinnati's defense is ready for it. So they break it out themselves. That was Max Williams first with it. Cawthorn had it. Defense for Cincinnati staying strong as Central Michigan pushes forward. Burge looking around. Through the circle he goes, Burge. He's got Williams in the area, but Burge takes it himself through that left circle. Down beneath the goal line, he has it. Burge now on the right side. Tries to send it across ice. Comes to the stick of Williams. Williams in front. Sends it behind the net. Tried to send it in front to Williams. Couldn't get the shot on. Central Michigan pokes it away, but the hit is applied by Brody Burge back behind the net. Burge has it. He's got two Chippewas around him. They steal possession. They tried to send it up the center of the ice. Cincinnati was ready for it. Pinched in on that one was Bepko. Bepko tries to go from right to left to Baxton. It's going to be cleared out by Central Michigan, allowing them to change. Here come the Bearcats trying to catch them off guard. Still with the puck is Baxton. Baxton with a spin move in the neutral zone. He dumps it in. He's got new forwards on for him. It's cleared all the way out. Cincinnati's going to drop all the way back with Bepko to grab this one. One man forward for Central Michigan. Cincinnati loses possession right in front, deflects off of a Bearcat and in. Central Michigan with an amazing bounce off of the Bearcat defense. They're within one with an even 10 minutes remaining in the first period. Central Michigan was starting to develop some offense of their own. They threw it right in front of the net, and that's just one of those dirty goals they always talk about, deflecting off of a Bearcat's chest and into the back of the net. And all of a sudden, it's a one-goal game in Cincinnati. 10 minutes even remain in the first period. 2-1 is your score from Queen City Sportsplex. Cincinnati with it in the neutral zone, trying to break it out. Central Michigan applying some good D, but the hit is applied by Cincinnati. Here they come on that left side of the ice. That's Bennett. That hit was applied by Matthew Bauman. Shot from the point, deflects off a couple sticks right in front of the Central Michigan goal. It stands, but here come the Chippewas breaking it down that right side. Flicked on towards Dalton. Paddles it away towards the right side of the ice. Cincinnati flicks it forward towards the neutral zone. Witten's there for Central Michigan. They flick it forward. Bennett now on the left side. Deflects all over the ice. Man goes down for Cincinnati. The whistle's blown. It's going to be offsides for Cincinnati. So the draw will come right outside the zone on the left side for the Bearcats. They are allowed to change here. Perez on the ice for him. Along with Ignatovich and JT Hosick. On defense will be Quinn Visoki. On the left side, Will Grozen. Puck is dropped. A mess. The stick was tied up by multiple people. Cincinnati has it in the offensive zone. Central Michigan trying to play defense right in front of the net. It was flicked towards Alex Perez. Couldn't get a stick down to put it on net. And Central Michigan tries to break it out the right side. They've got numbers developing here. A good check is applied by Cincy, but the shot's going to go towards the net. Just wide now on the left side. Central Michigan still applying some offensive pressure. Cincinnati's ready for it, though. A mess in the neutral zone. Central Michigan comes away with it. The shot from the point goes just over Dalton. Cincinnati's defense is back. The hand is up from the referee. We're in a whistle blown against Cincinnati. The call is going to be a cross-check against the Bearcats. So they're going to go on to kill once again. It's going to be called against Camden Ignatovich. So once again, a power play opportunity is coming for Central Michigan. Cincinnati will play a man down. They killed off one earlier. Not much zone time allowed to Central Michigan. This time with 8:45 remaining in the opening period with Cincinnati leading 2-1. Puck is won by Cincinnati. Trying to break it out the right side. Here comes Cincinnati with numbers developing. Still on the penalty kill. A chance right in front. Flick the backhand on net. Save is made by Rimmer as the Chippewas try and get numbers themselves. But Cincinnati with a shorthanded opportunity early in this penalty kill. 1:30 remains for Central Michigan. In the neutral zone, they have it. Cincinnati still applying that pressure. Max Williams is the man for the Bearcats, keeping it out of their defensive zone. The Chippewas trying to send some through passes. They can't get it past the Cats, though. It's dumped back in. That time, it was sent in by Hosick. Hosick's the lone man in for Cincinnati. Now Williams is going to join him beneath that goal line for Central Michigan. They have it. Hosick out in front, poked away by Central Michigan, and here they come on their own attack. Central Michigan on the right side. It's dumped in towards that right side. Cincinnati's able to get to it. Their defense trying to break this one out, trying to look for the clear. About a minute remains on this Central Michigan power play. Cincinnati's done well to limit the opportunities through the opening minute. Delcor back for Central Michigan. Now it's going to be at the feet of Hollins. It's flicked on by Cincinnati. Another chance, shorthanded for the Bearcats, right in front of Rimmer. That time couldn't quite find the net. Here comes the Chippewas on the left side. Trying to break it forward for them is Romine. Romine has it, dancing around the puck on the left side, right in front of Dalton. The shot goes just over the left side of the net. Another good opportunity for Central Michigan. Couldn't find the net though. Once again they have it. Now it's Roman on the left side. Delcor at the point, tries to send it through Cincinnati. Good defense is played though with the block. Cincy on the left side trying to clear this one out of their own end. In the neutral zone it stands. Here's Cincinnati. That's Sunderhaas. Spin pass right in front. The shot is on and in. What a shot from Kempa. He's got an opening period hat trick to start this game for the Bearcats. A beautiful pass from Nate Sunderhaas. And Jacob Kempa once again finishes it. 3-1 is your score from the Queen City Sportsplex. Short-handed goal for the Bearcats right as that penalty expires. 3-1 they lead. A hat trick for Jacob Kempa in the opening period. The score rather is Jacob Kempa 3, Central Michigan 1. About 6:40 remains in this opening period. Here comes Cincinnati once again, dangling through the defense and finishing. Cincinnati leads 4-1 off of Connor Limmerbrock's lone goal. From the neutral zone, dangles his way through the defense and puts it behind Rimmer. 4-1 Cincinnati leads. Goals in the span of about 20 seconds. Opening this one up are the Bearcats. A hat trick for Kempa, and Limmerbrock gets on the board as well. Central Michigan trying to stop the bleeding as much as they can. We're even strength from the Queen City Sportsplex. Cincinnati dangling their way through the neutral zone. The offensive side of the ice, Cincinnati has it, trying to break it out are the Chippewas. Deflects off of a stick in the neutral zone to negate that icing. Cincinnati's defense is back to make a play. Bisoki is back for Cincinnati. Now the forwards trying to make a play. A through pass is sent, and Limmerbrock has it again. Limmerbrock trying to work through the offensive zone, taking himself again, but Central Michigan's defense steps up again. Limmerbrock now behind the net. Spin move keeps it on his stick as the defense tries to knock him off the puck. Central Michigan floats it towards the hash on the left side. Cincinnati pinches forward to make a play on this one. It's Limmerbrock again. He tries to send it to the left side. Baxton has it, working towards the net, and the shot goes just wide. A good chance there for Baxton. Limmerbrock comes away with it once again. Loses a glove in the process, but to the point it goes for Cincinnati. The slap shot, a block for Central Michigan to keep it off net. That time for Baxton once again, taking that clapper from the point. He has it below the goal. Cincinnati right in front of the net, trying to put it on. It somehow stays out of the net. Cincinnati says it went in. The whistle is blown. They're going to say no goal. Hands in the air right in front is Will Grozen. No goal is the call, though. We're going to have a draw to the left of the Tindy. Five minutes remain in this first period between Cincinnati and Central Michigan. Cincinnati, some early fireworks in this one. A first period hat trick for Jacob Kempa. And Connor Limmerbrock worked his way all the way through every Chippewa to put one in to extend the Bearcat lead. Bearcats thought they had a fifth, thinking it snuck past Aiden Rimmer. No goal is the call, though, on the ice. 5:07 remains in the first period. Draw will come on the right side for Cincinnati. Max Williams, the center for Cincinnati, takes the draw and wins it. They're trying to send it back to their defense. Central Michigan pokes it away. A chance developing for them. Williamson pushes it forward. Cincinnati's defense pinches over, knocks them off the puck right at the board. Cincinnati trying to counter themselves on their own rush. Right in front of the net, Rimmer comes out to make a play. He was out of his crease for a second. Cincinnati had possession as they're trying to break this one up the left side. Here comes Central Michigan. Right to Dalton it goes. He's going to cover and freeze this one for the whistle. 4:38 remains in the first period, with Cincinnati leading 1-0 over Central Michigan. Jacob Kempa, the star player so far for the Bearcats. Defenseman on the ice right now. Central Michigan wins this draw. Towards the point it went. Katsilidis was the first guy to play it for Central Michigan. Now Cincinnati trying to break it out of their own end as well. Down the left side, Burge pushes it forward. Burge right inside that circle. The shot goes on, deflects on top of Rimmer. He comes down inside the crease, still a mess for the puck. Did not go past Rimmer though, as he stayed strong. Making another save, he's up to 10 tonight. Back behind the net, Cincinnati has possession. Right in front it goes, deflects right over the glove of Rimmer, but also over the net as Cincinnati's trying to keep the pressure on the Tindy. Inside that right circle, Cincinnati has it. Cawthron at his stick, the shot from Kempa, deflection and in. Cincinnati gets a fifth. That time looked like it was deflected in by Max Williams. The shot from Jacob Kempa at the point deflects in off of Williams, and Cincinnati leads 5-1. Another goal for the Bearcats with 3:52 remaining in this first period. 5 goals on 14 shots hitting the net tonight. Puck is dropped to center ice. Cincinnati with another win at the dot. Perez lost possession. Here comes Central Michigan on the left side. Bounces around a couple sticks. Central Michigan's defense trying to break it out themselves, but Cincinnati continues to apply the pressure. Hosick down there for him, along with Porter. Out of the offensive zone for the Bearcats. Bisoki has it, trying to work it around. He tried to send it forward towards Perez. He couldn't gain possession, and here come the Chippewas into the offensive zone. Perez now poked it away. Here's Alex Perez down that right side. Got a little bit of space, tried to float it towards the net. It's sent right back to him though, off a pass from Porter. Right in front it goes. Rimmer had to make a play on it. It was knocked away. Central Michigan clears it all the way down. That's going to go all the way down for an icing. It's another offensive zone draw for Cincinnati on the way. 5-1 is the score. 2:58 remaining in the opening period. 15 shots on goal for Cincinnati with 6 for Central Michigan. Top line out there for the Bearcats is Nate Sunderhouse. Will go on the dot to take this draw. He wins it. To his defense it goes. It's played by Bepko. Back behind the net, it works its way. Sunderhaus, now Bennett back behind. Bennett back up top to Bepko, who works it from left to right to Baxton. Baxton has it. He floats it all the way down to Bennett. Back behind the goal. It's going to work it back to the point to Bepko. From left to right they go. Sit on net by Brad Baxton. And in the back of the net it goes. 6-1 Cincinnati leads in the opening period. An explosion of goals from the Bearcats to start off this game from the Queen City Sportsplex. Baxton adds to the total. At the top of the slot. 2:37 remains. So we have a tender change for the Chippewas. Now entering the game will be Cole Ashley in net for Central Michigan. Cincinnati with a 6-1 lead with 2:30 remaining in the opening period. Trying to break it out of their own end. As Central Michigan continues to try and find the answer to this Bearcat offense. Right in front of the net, they take it. It's floated in front, trying to send it on net was Limmerbrock once again. He couldn't quite get the shot onto the new goaltender. It's covered, though, by Ashley. Ashley in a rough position here as a Cincinnati team that's been firing on all cylinders so far tonight. He's coming in cold. Just 18 minutes into this one, you can see him in the crease right now, trying to stretch, get his legs as active as he can. Not an easy call for a goalie to come in at a random time, especially in the first period. Cincinnati wins another draw. They have it deep in the offensive zone. It's floated in front, right on net it goes. The first save of the night is made by Ashley. It's worked around. The shot goes on once again. Another save by Ashley. Right in front of the net is Williams. So Williams now takes it into the corner for the Bearcats. Williams working it around, now goes to the stick of a couple Bearcats as it bounces around. Now it's right in front of the net. Trying to make a play on that one was Burge. Burge still has it. Burge inside the circle on the left. Back to his defense it goes. The shot goes on. Ashley stays strong. Closes the 5-hole and sends it to his right. Chippewas try and break it out. Instead, they send it out of bounds. It's going to result in an offensive zone draw for Cincinnati. Ashley came into this game cold. Sitting on the bench for 18 minutes, replacing Rimmer. But Cincinnati threw 3 shots on net, and he stayed strong for all 3. Offensive zone opportunity for Cincinnati. Ignatovic on the dot, ready to take the draw. He sends it towards that left hash. It's a battle between 2 Bearcats and 2 Chippewas. The Chippewas were able to get it out of their defensive zone. Cincinnati's defense will try and gather this attack themselves. Here's Kempa on the left side. Right then Ancona. Ancona sent it forward. Porter has it. Sent towards the right side, now to play, was looking for Perez and deflected off a Chippewa and out. Cincinnati gonna get the chance to change their defensive core on this one. Minute 8 remains in the opening period. Bearcats leading 6-1 over the Chippewas. 17 shots on goal for the Bearcats, 6 for Central Michigan. Ignatovic once again in the zone for Cincinnati. He's met by Binford, and Binford's going to win this draw, but Perez pinches over to apply some pressure in the corner. It's a mess between a couple Chips and a couple Cats in the corner. The Chips come away with it, trying to break it out through the middle of the ice, and they do. On this left side, that's Binford once again. A good check is applied by the Bearcats defense. Visoki applied that one as they try and break it out themselves. Central Michigan came away with it again. At the top of the circle, the shot goes on to Dalton. Dalton hugs it. He's able to earn the whistle. Another save for Caden Dalton. He's got 6 tonight. 40 seconds remain in this opening period. Offensive zone draw coming for Central Michigan. Delcor is the centerman for him. He's able to win that draw. Back to his defenseman. Consilidis sent it all the way around. No one was there for Central Michigan. Bearcats are able to play it on the hash. Can't clear it out, though. Central Michigan in front. Took a weird deflection. Here come the Bearcats with their own opportunity developing. Trying to send that through pass. Couldn't quite find him. Central Michigan read it correctly. Now the Bearcats through the neutral zone take it. Sunderhaas has it. Across the blue line he goes. 15 seconds remain. Sunderhaas shot, snipes it into the top corner, and Cincinnati leads by 6. Nate Sunderhaas gets a goal himself. The captain is able to bury it, and the lead is up to 6 for the Bearcats. 13 seconds remain in the opening period, and the captain gets on the board. His first goal of the game. Sniped it right over the blocker side of Ashley. Resumption is won by Cincinnati. Defense making a play on it. Now it works it through the central zone, the neutral zone that rather is. On the left side, Bauman has it. He throws it towards Ashley. It's going to go just wide as the period will expire. Cincinnati with an offensive explosion. 7 goals to Central Michigan's single goal as we will head to the first intermission here at the Queen City Sportsplex. Welcome back inside the Queen City Sportsplex. Cincinnati taking on Central Michigan. After the opening period, Cincinnati leads this one 7-1 over the Chippewas. Explosion of goals for the Bearcats, including a first period hat trick for Jacob Kempa. We're about ready to get underway in the second period. 18 shots on goal for the Bearcats with just 7 for the Chippewas. Opening draw is underway. The top line out there for the Bearcats, and it is won by the Cats. It's dumped into the zone by Ancona. Ancona sends it down that left boards. Central Michigan trying to break it out themselves. It's poked forward towards the neutral zone. They have it on the left. Now towards that center of the ice it goes. Pushed forward by Binford. Good defense by the Bearcats, though. With that stick lift, they have it now. Weaving his way through the defense. The shot goes just high. It's going to go up and out of play. Deflected off of a Chippewa. That was Bennett getting the first opportunity of this second period for the Bearcats. Caden Dalton remains in the net for Cincinnati. And in the net for Central Michigan will be Cole Ashley, who we saw come into the game about 18 minutes into that opening period. Straw's going to come on the right side of the offensive zone for Cincinnati. Chippewas motion back outside the circle. Cincinnati wins the draw. They can't work it up to the men at the point, though. So they have to work it through the neutral zone and regroup. Cincinnati dumps it in. There it goes. A shot goes on. Ashley makes the pad save. Works his way towards the right side of the ice. Bearcats trying to keep the offensive pressure alive. Bounces around a couple. Thrown on net. Ashley has to poke it away. It's still loose in front. Cincinnati can't get another shot on. The check is applied in the corner, and it's cleared out by Central Michigan. Bearcats back to make a play on it. That's Caden Ancona. Ancona looking around. Dumps it off the boards. Sent towards the red line. Making a play on that for Cincinnati was Limmerbrock. Chippewa went down. Ancona still backing off the attacker for Central Michigan. He's able to dump it deep. Two men go forward for Cincinnati. Try and gather possession towards the goal line. They come away with it behind the net. Try and send it back towards the point. Working it from right to left was Baxton. It gets to the stick of Bepko. He has to regroup, though. He's going to dump it in. Here comes Cincinnati on another chance. Davidson with it along the goal line. Sent it forward. Now to the stick of Limmerbrock. Limmerbrock back behind the net. Sent it behind his back towards Davidson. Couldn't quite make a play on it, but Cincinnati trying to pinch and keep it in the zone. Central Michigan was able to get it into the neutral zone, but here comes Cincinnati. Another offensive opportunity on the right side, sent right into the slot. The shot goes on. Ashley with the save. The last-minute stop from the defense of Central Michigan. Kotari was on the back post, able to keep that out of the net. Cincinnati continues to keep it in the zone. Here comes Central Michigan, though. Through the neutral zone, they take it into the offensive side of the ice. Flipped forward, deflects off of a Bearcat, and along the goal line it goes. They're trying to break it out. Here's Baxton across the red line. He takes it now across the blue line. Flips it towards Ashley. He gloves it, gets the whistle, and that'll stop play. Eventful opening 2.5 minutes here from the Queen City Sportsplex. Opening 2 minutes of this second period, rather, with Cincinnati still leading 7-1 over Central Michigan. 22 shots on net for the Bearcats compared to just 7 for the Chippewas. Draw coming on the left side of the offensive zone for Cincinnati. It's won by the Chippewas, but Cincinnati tries to crash on it in the corner. And sent up into the netting. And a play for a whistle. Do that draw all over again. Ignatovic is in the circle for the Bearcats right on that dot. He wins it over to the left side to Perez. Perez playing aggressively along the boards, trying to keep it in the zone for Cincinnati. Comes back out into the neutral zone, and Cincinnati regroups. Ignatovic takes it in. He is tripped by the Chippewa. Delayed call. Whistle is blown. It's going to be the first power play opportunity of the night for the Bearcats. Tripping is going to be the call against the Chips. Murawoski is the guilty party. He's going to get 2 minutes for that in the box. Our first opportunity to see this power play tonight for the Bearcats. Sunderhaus is going to take the draw for the Cats. 2 minutes for tripping against the Chippewas. Cincinnati on the power play for the first time tonight. The Chips get an early clearance here. The Bearcats will have to regroup all the way in their own zone. Back behind the net with it is Kempa. Kempa looks around. Going to let his offense develop. Now he's going to work it up this right side of the net. 2 men are forward for the Chips with 2 men back. Kempa sends it along the boards. Into the offensive zone it goes. Attempted keep in by Bennett. He's able to do it and send it along the goal line. He's in that left corner for Cincy. He flips it cross ice. On the right side, Sunderhaus back up to the point. Goes from right to left, back to Sunderhaus. Takes the slap shot and scores. Nate Sunderhaus buries his second of the night. The power play goal for the Bearcats, and they lead 8-1. 16:40 remains in this second period. Bearcats get their first goal of the second period. Just a minute, or rather 40 seconds into that power play. Sunderhaus with 2 goals in this game. Eight to 1 is your score. Cincinnati over Central Michigan. First goal of the second period for Cincinnati as we await the penalty to be taken off the scoreboard here at the Queen City Sportsplex. So there's the signal from the linesman. Ready for this draw. Davidson in there for the Bearcats along with Bassett for Central Michigan. Bassett gets the win. Central Michigan trying to find an answer. They had one earlier in the game, but the Bearcats have come out swinging. Another opportunity for the Cats right in front of the net. Can't get it on. Ashley was on his back trying to make that save as the Cat shot went just wide. From right to left, they work it along their D-men. Visoki had it. Now Cincinnati inside the offensive zone. The shot goes on Ashley. He gloves it off the paddle, gets the whistle. Another stoppage. 16-13 now remains in the second period of this one. Offensive draw coming for Cincinnati on the left side of the ice. Davidson still on the ice to take this one for the Bearcats. Sent towards that left hash. Hand goes up by the referee. It's going to be another whistle. It looks like a cross check. Is once again, I believe, going to go against the Bearcats. It's going to be another penalty on the Bearcats, this time against Davidson. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Another power play opportunity for Central Michigan. We've seen both killed off so far by the Bearcats. On the last one, they got a last-second shorthanded goal to close out that kill. So Central Michigan trying to build their way back in, and here's their opportunity. They win the draw at the top. The shot, save is made by Dalton. Got it with his blocker, sent it to the right. Central Michigan still has possession in the offensive side of the ice. Hatsilidis has it, worked it to the left side. The shot went wide for Miller. Hatsilidis once again right at the point for Central Michigan. Now inside that right circle, right on the right dot. Back and forth it goes. Joyce has it. Now to the left to Miller. The shot is saved by Dalton. An open shot from the top of the circle, and Dalton is able to hold it in his chest. The minute 32 remaining on that penalty kill. 15:42 remains in the second period with Cincy leading 8-1 over Central Michigan. Draw on the left side of the offensive zone for Central Michigan during this power play. Draw is won by the Chips. To the top it goes. Hatsilidis has it. He takes the shot. Can't get through the Bearcats defense though. Into the corner it goes. Hard check by the Cats, but Central Michigan comes away with it. Working his way around the net. Now back at the top with it is Miller. Miller takes the shot. Deflection. It makes its way into the back of the net. Deflected off of a couple players in front, and Central Michigan buries it. They have their second of the game, making your score 8-2 in favor of the Bearcats. Tough to tell who got that for Central Michigan. Looks as if it might be Drew Halas getting that goal. So the power play converts for Central Michigan. They're 1 for 3 on the night. Now a 6-goal game with 15:20 remaining in the second period. Central Michigan still needs 2 guys on the ice for this one. So they get him out there. Williams in the circle for Cincinnati. Morosky had it for Central Michigan and actually won that draw, but gave it right away to Cincinnati. Their defense has it. They were trying to find someone at the hash. No one was there, though. Central Michigan throws it in front. Right in front of the net, it stands. Dalton stands strong, though. Keeps it out of the net, and here comes Cincinnati with numbers themselves. A 4-on-3 developing on the left side. Burge towards the net, sends it right in front, and Cincinnati buries it. Jackson Cawthron was able to put it behind Ashley, and that 7-goal lead comes back for the Bearcats. A great pass in front by Brody Burge. He took it from the red line into the zone and through that left circle. An open Cawthron was standing there, able to bury it. Cincinnati leads 9-2 with 15 minutes remaining in the second period. So back and forth they go here in the second, just 5 minutes into this one. Goals for each team. Draw is won by Central Michigan. They try and send it into the offensive zone. Cincinnati converges on him, though, to take it away. Isoko had it for Cincinnati on the right side. Bennett trying to float it in. Looking around now, back to the top. The shot goes on. The save is made by Ashley. 3 guys down there for Cincinnati on the forecheck, trying to apply some pressure to this Chippewa defense right behind the net. Bennett has it. Bennett hands it off to Bauman. Bauman back up top. Right to left. A good play by the Chippewas to get that out outside of the zone. Here comes Cincinnati trying to bring it themselves. Grozen has it. They're working up the right side. It's sent forward, looking for Bennett. Bennett pushes it towards the goal line. He has it now back behind the net. Bennett dancing around with the puck on his stick as he goes to the top of that left circle. It's met by 2 Chippewas. As they try and clear out of the zone, they do. Can't get it past Sunderhaus, though. Sunderhaus sends it back in for Cincinnati. On the right side, Bauman trying to go around the chips. He sent it on net, but Central Michigan. Some tired legs out there for both teams. Needing changes. Cincinnati goes for their chains as the Chips push it forward. They keep it out of the defensive zone for Cincinnati. Sunderhaus sends it forward on the right side, pushing it inside the offensive zone. The shot goes on Ashley. The save is made, and he covers and gets the whistle. Lemmerbrock with another good shot for the Bearcats. Trying to send it from the slot right on net. Draw's going to come on the right side of the ice, the offensive zone for Cincinnati. Davidson out there to take the draw. He wins it. Back to his Z it goes. The shot goes just wide. It's going to be kept in by Cincinnati, though. Playing top on that point for Cincinnati was Ancona. Ancona pushed it in. Cincinnati in the corner. Cross ice pass. The shot from the top doesn't get through the defense of Central Michigan. Now on the left side in that left circle. Sends it through the slot. Stick was there for Cincinnati. It was poked away by Central Michigan. Good check applied by the Chippewas right at the blue line. Puck went into the corner. It's a battle for it. 2 Bearcats, 1 Chip in the area. Cincinnati has it. They keep it in at the blue line. Here's an opportunity on the right side. The shot goes just wide of Ashley. The Bearcats keep it in. They do. Back to the right side it goes. Dancing around with it. The shot is saved by Ashley. Moving from right to left. A great save by his pad. The Chips need to get it out of the zone, and they cannot. Davidson able to keep it in for the Cats. Continued pressure by the Cincinnati forecheck. Getting shots on net. The offense has come all night. Lemmerbrock working through the circle on the right side. Went up to the point, Ancona. And a good pass over to the right side. He had Zielinski over there. Zielinski once again trying to send it through the slot. Central Michigan comes away with it. They're trying to push through. Check is applied right at center ice. It's right inside the slot, but no one was there for the Chips. Men forward for Cincinnati trying to find Central Michigan sleeping. The shot gets past Ashley, and the Bearcats finish the opportunity. 10-2, the Bearcats lead in double digits here from the Queen City Sportsplex. Another goal as they continue to blow this game open. 29 shots on goal for the Cats, with just 9 for Central Michigan. Ice has been tilted all night in the Bearcats' favor. Make that 30 shots on goal for the Cats. Bearcats having in their own end, trying to break it through the neutral zone. Check is applied by the Chips. Defense makes a play on it. It's floated in by Losi. Losi has it. Come the Bearcats. Perez had it on the right side, trying to work his way past the chip. Come the Cats in the offensive zone, sent towards Ashley. Goes just wide. Defense up to pinch in, try and keep it in. One man back for the Bearcats. That's Baxton. He's going to make a play on this one. Looking up towards Perez. Also in the area of Hosick. He's going to go down, though, for an icing. The whistle's going to be blown, rather. It went out of play. .23 remains in the second period. From Cincinnati, the Bearcats lead 10-2 over Central Michigan. Ignatovich in the circle for the Bearcats, trying to win this offensive draw. He does. To the defense it goes. Grozen was there, working it inside the slot. Man right in front for Cincinnati. Can't get the shot on. Back to Grozen. Up top it goes. Grozen from left to right, dancing around the defenders for Central Michigan. Grozen now even with the goal line. Lost possession, Central Michigan trying to break it out, but Grossman still in the area. Hand is up from the ref and the whistle is blown. I get an interference call against the Chippewas. Looks like another power play opportunity on the way for Cincinnati. Whether it's going to go against Cincinnati. So the interference call is going to go against Cothran. So the Cats will be on the kill once again. Last power play for the Chippewas. They were able to convert, get their second goal of this game. Can they find another? Just 9 shots on goal so far in this one. With 11 minutes left to go in the second period. Draws one by Central Michigan. Your Demon play back and forth with it on the left side, pushing it forward. Now they work it back to the right. Through the circles they go, back up to the points. That's Miller. Miller working around down low. Sent back up to the point on the left side. The shot does not get past the Cats. Another block for Hosick. Hosick gets another block on that one. That time it was Kempa. Bearcats not allowing any shot opportunities for the Chippewas so far in this one. Another good check there from Kempa. The puck, it works its way into the slot. Working from right to left. It's sent forward towards the goalie for Central Michigan, who has to come out of his crease to make a play. Alex Perez in the area for Cincinnati to keep it in the offensive zone. 2 men up for Cincinnati on this penalty kill. 1:10 remains. Perez comes away with the puck on the left side of the ice. He's even with the hash marks. He goes down in the corner. Hand stays down from the referee. Cincinnati just continuing this pressure as Central Michigan trying to break it out this left side. It's floated in. Back behind the net it goes. Cincinnati plays it on the hash. It's lost though as Joyce makes a play on it for Central Michigan. To that left side it goes to Kimball. Cincinnati poked him off though. On the right side, Perez trying to push it forward. It's going to go in on a delayed offsides, forcing the Chippewas to stay out of the zone. It's floated forward. The Bearcats have a man up there. Ignatovich is there. He's going to play it back behind the goal line. He's just going to take it himself all the way back, just killing time off of that PK, or off this power play for Central Michigan. So the Bearcats continue to kill off that penalty. Ignatovich back behind the net, still applying the pressure, not giving the Chippewas anything to work with. 3 guys in the area for the Chips, and that's what it takes to clear it out. Through the neutral zone they go, across the red line, now into the offensive zone on the left side. That's Kimball. Kimball tried to drop it off. The Bearcats poked it away, now at even strength. 10-2 they lead with 8:50 remaining in the second period. Cawthron in the corner for Cincinnati. Bounces around a couple sticks, at the feet of a couple chips as well. Chippewas come away with it in the circle. Dalton tries to make a play on it. He can't, as it was poked away from him by his own guy, who comes down at the top. Binford tries to throw one on net. It's going to go just wide. Cincinnati comes away with it. Cawthron just floats one through the neutral zone to avoid the icing, as Binford sends it right back to Cincinnati's defense. Chance developing. Bauman on the right side sends the shot onto Ashley. The save is made, and the whistle is blown. 8:17 remains in the second period, with Cincinnati leading 10-2 over Central Michigan. Changes all over the place for each team. Bearcats were able to kill off another penalty just a couple minutes ago. Now with 32 shots on goal tonight, just 10 for the Chips. Another chance for the Bearcats. That one goes just high from Bennett. A battle back behind the net is won by Cincinnati. Bennett comes away with that one again, right in front of the net. A great shot was taken. Another save, though, by Ashley. Bearcats try and keep it in the zone across the opposing blue. The shot from wide goes just wide to the left, as the Chippewas try and break it out themselves on this right side. Pushing it forward for them. Casa, who had it. He's met by 3 Bearcats, just has to throw it back behind the net. Bearcats defense continues to stay strong. A miss hit there. Visoki has it behind the net for the Bearcats. Visoki has it lost in his skates. Bearcats trying to break this one out. Central Michigan continue to apply their pressure. On the right side, that's Bennett. Bennett tries to lift the stick of the Chippewa defense. They're able to push it out of their own zone towards the end of the neutral zone. Just dangling with it is Bennett. So he just floats it in to the offensive zone for Cincinnati, and they're going to change everyone. 5 new guys on the ice for Cincinnati. The Chips try and break it out themselves. Cincinnati has the answer, though. Kempa sends it in on the left side. It's beneath the goal. Floats it off the boards. Working with it for Cincinnati. On that right side. Going to work it out to the left. Just sending it off the boards back behind the net. Up top they have it. Floated in front. Right in front, the shot's going to deflect off of a Chippewa and go just wide to the right. Davidson took that shot for Cincinnati. Bounces around a couple sticks towards the hash. Checks are flying left and right. Cincinnati going to have to regroup as it came out of the zone. Floated in towards the net. Chippewa's defense makes a play, but Cincinnati able to keep it in the zone. Limmerbrock has it. Tries to dangle around the chip, but the Chippewas trying to break it out themselves. Bearcats had to pull back on that one as they had a man stuck inside the zone. Here they have it on the right side, floated right in front of the net. Chippewas take it away. It looks like we're going to get a whistle against Central Michigan. So a power play is going to come for Cincinnati. Kadhari is the guilty party of the hooking for Central Michigan. He will sit in the box for 2 minutes with 5:51 remaining in the second period. Cincinnati leads 10-2 over Central Michigan. Cincinnati wins the draw. Kempa up top, sends it to the left. The shot goes on to Ashley. He makes the save. Good clapper from Brad Baxton off the one-timer. Almost complete change of this power play unit for the Bearcats. Because if it might have been a complete change, rather. Max Williams in to take the draw for Cincinnati. Tied the sticks up. Perez tried to go in and grab it. It's cleared out by Central Michigan, though. Man went down for Cincinnati. Here come the Bearcats, trying to push it forward on that right side. Visoki had it in the zone. He lost possession. Chippewas come away with it. Trying to just drain that clock as much as they can with 1:30 remaining on the penalty. The left side, Cincinnati with the shot right in front. Another save by Ashley. Keeps it out of the net. Bearcat power play trying to keep it in the offensive zone right in front. on the right side now, pushing forward. Visoki has it in that right corner now in the hash. Can back up top towards the point. Here's Max Williams working down towards the hash. Now he's going to work it back behind the net, sitting right in front. The shot went on. Cincinnati couldn't quite get it through, though. Come away with it once again. Visoki has it. Bearcats trying to find one to put on the net with about a minute remaining on the power play. The shot goes up high on Ashley. Somehow comes away with it and earns the whistle. A lot of offensive zone time for the Bearcats on this power play as they're about to reach 40 shots on goal in this one. Just 10 tonight for Central Michigan. 4:38 remains in the second period. 47 seconds on the penalty kill. Draw is won by Cincinnati. Up top it goes to Bepko. Bepko playing back and forth with his fellow defenseman. Now he's going to send it low. They try and find him in the slot. The shot couldn't quite go. Stick was lifted at the last second by the Chips. Man goes down for Central Michigan, but the hand stays down by the referee. Here comes Cincinnati. Bepko with some speed up the left side of the ice. He's got a man in the slot. Doesn't elect to send it to him. Takes it around the net himself, though. Here's it. Bepko. Drops it off now on the hash. Back up top, Cincinnati has it. Porter had it for a second. Now even with the net, the shot goes just wide by Cawthron. Cawthron working around. Now Burge has it. Back up to Bepko. Soon to be even strength. Now even strength are the Chippewas. Killing off another penalty. Down low, Cincinnati has it. Behind the net, losing possession. Bepko comes down to make a play on it. There's two Chips in the area, along with two Bearcats. Down in that left corner where it's tough to get a good look on the play. Bearcats came away with it. The shot goes just high over the left. It comes out, and the Bearcats will have to regroup. 3:20 remaining in this second period. Cats lead 10-2 over the Chips. Another opportunity for the Bearcats right in front. It's sent towards the net. Be blocked away by Central Michigan on the right side. Even with the net down low, Cincinnati has it. Dancing around with the puck. Trying to send it back up top. Bearcats moving all around with it. Kempa had it in the corner. Taken back up top by Limmerbrock. Limmerbrock has it. Was sent towards the net. Another save was made by Ashley. Now in that left corner, a big hit is applied by the Chippewas, but they can't clear it out once again. Cincinnati keeps it in. Man open in front. Can't get it through the defense. Bounces around a couple feet, and Cincinnati has to regroup. That's Ancona working with it. They send it back inside the zone. Cincinnati pushing forward. Zielinski has it. It's poked off his stick. A good stick lift right inside that center circle to take the opportunity away from Central Michigan. But back and forth they go. A little chippy it gets now in the offensive zone for Cincinnati. Extracurriculars happening as emotions boiling over here at Queen City Sportsplex. Men on the ground for both teams. Still some chirping going on from both sides. So we're going to see what comes about this from each team. Davidson definitely heading to the box for Cincinnati. Losey going to head to the box for Central Michigan. Still John back and forth in this 10-2 game. Looks like those are going to be the only ones we have. 2:17 remains in the second period. The emotions boiling over between Cincinnati and Central Michigan. Referees discussing with the captains at center ice. Tough play to officiate. Many players on the ice for both teams. See what the call is shortly. There's a chance we stay at even strength, a chance we go 4-on-4. Only one guy in the box for each team as it stands. mentioned the shot totals heavily in Cincinnati's favor. 40 shots on net for the Bearcats compared to just 10 for the Chippewas. Looks like referees are discussing with both captains at the moment. Sunderhaas, the info. Long discussion between the referees and the captains. Door opens to both boxes. We'll see what happens here. Losey comes out of the box for Central Michigan. We'll see if this is a game. It's like he is going to head to the locker room for Central Michigan. So Dylan Losey is going to leave the ice. We'll see if CJ Davidson does for Cincinnati as well. It's like two guys also just went into the box again for Central Michigan. Trying to determine what's going on here from the opposite side of the ice. Not an easy task. Trying to keep you as updated as we can. There's 2:17 remaining in the second period between Cincinnati and Central Michigan. Extracurriculars happened just about 2 minutes ago at this rate with how long this discussion has been going on, maybe longer, between a couple players on both sides. Dylan Losey has headed to the locker room for Central Michigan, we assume with the game misconduct. And it looks as if they're going to take CJ Davidson out of the box as well for Cincinnati. And if I had to guess, send him to the locker room as well. So Davidson is going to head to the locker room for Cincinnati. There's also 2 men in the box for Central Michigan. There was a lot of guys on the ice that were involved in these extracurriculars. It's tough to tell if they are just serving these penalties or if they had something called against them themselves. Referee having a long discussion with the Chips head coach. So no one sits in the box for Cincinnati at the moment. Two guys stand in the box for Central Michigan. A guy has been sent off for both teams. Davidson for Cincinnati and Losey for Central Michigan. Right now on the scoreboard, they're showing 2 minutes. 2 minutes against Cincinnati. Potentially another guy leaving the ice for the Chippewas. It looks like there is. Number 43, or number 40, Cam Weil, also heading to the locker room. So 2 guys have been sent off for the Chips. They now have 3 guys sitting in the penalty box. No one's in there for Cincinnati. They only had 1 guy sent off at the moment. So the Chips are working with a limited inventory of players for the rest of this game. Already saw them earlier make a change in net. Referee talking it over with Cincinnati's bench. Saw him give a long discussion to Central Michigan's. They're going to step away and come together once again. Man goes into the box for Cincinnati. Number 21, Connor Lemmerbrock. It also looks like it might be number 23, Sawyer Zielinski, joining him. Tons of players in the box. A couple players have been sent off, 2 for Central Michigan, 1 for Cincinnati. Still 2:17 remaining in the second period. Cincinnati leads 10-2. Extracurriculars on the Central Michigan side of the ice caused all of this, but it looks like we're ready to play with the Bearcats being a man down. So the Cats are on the penalty kill. Central Michigan trying to find an offensive spark and build their way back into this game. Kotsilidis has it, up at the point for him. Now it's going to work it down towards the hash. Bounces around a couple sticks. That was Binford for a second. And here's Romine. Romine sent it towards the keeper, Dalton. It's going to be cleared out, though. No icing as it is a PK for Cincinnati. Perez in the area for the Bearcats. Sends it back around the net. Still back behind the goal. Applying the pressure for Cincinnati. All the way up there was Hosick. Chippewas working through the neutral zone. Cincinnati pinches up. Going to take it away. That's Grozen. Grozen on the right side, trying to take it himself inside that right circle. Dances around the defender. Going to be blocked off of it back behind the net. Here come the Chippewas. Still on this power play for another minute. Trying to find some offense. Down the right side they go. Delcourt lost possession. Cincinnati's defense is up those boards on the right. Perez came away with it. He knocked it out, though, into the Central Michigan bench. Whistle is blown, and we'll have a draw outside the zone. 51 seconds remain on the PK for Cincinnati. 1:09 remains on the clock for the period. Max Williams out there for Cincinnati to take the draw, along with Delcourt for Central Michigan. The Chips are able to dump it in deep into the Bearcats zone. Bearcats backhand this one all the way down towards the Central Michigan goalie. Out of his crease to make a play on that one was Ashley. Good check in that right corner by Cincinnati. It's chipped forward into the neutral zone. It's in all the way back in, wrapping around the boards. Still no whistle for icing as the Bearcats are on the penalty kill. In that right corner, man goes down for Central Michigan, and they're going to get the Bearcats on another penalty. That one's going to go against, it looks like number 26, Camden Ignatavich. He does not like the call, having some words with the Chippewa players. So for 16 seconds, it's going to be a two-man advantage for Central Michigan. Penalty box is tight for Cincinnati. I believe I'm now counting 5 guys in the box for the Bearcats. 2 penalties plus a couple misconducts. Two-man advantage for Central Michigan. Bearcats were able to almost win that draw. Just 30 seconds remain on the clock for the period. The shot goes on to Dalton. He makes the stop, falls on top of it, earns the whistle. A good stop by Caden Dalton. A lot of open ice for the Chippewas to work with. 3 guys out there for Cincinnati. It's going to be Bauman, Sunderhaas, and Baxton. Sunderhaas inside the circle. He's going to tie up the forward, or the center for Central Michigan. But the Chippewas come away with it. Up at the point is Binford. One man comes out for Cincinnati. He's now a 5-on-4. Puck goes out into the netting. Cincinnati able to kill off the most dangerous part of that penalty kill, and everyone comes out of the penalty box as the misconducts expire. So 14 seconds remain in the second period. 1:39 remains on this power play for the Chippewas. Now just a one-man advantage for them. Draw in the offensive zone on the right side. It's sent towards the right boards for Central Michigan. They're able to keep it in as Cincinnati kept it to the left. 10 seconds remain in the second period. Flip towards the net. Dalton was out for a second. He goes towards the hash, and that's going to do it. After 2 periods, Cincinnati leads this one 10-2 over the Central Michigan Chippewas. We'll be back with the third period shortly. Welcome back to the Queen City Sportsplex. Cincinnati taking on Central Michigan here tonight for some Friday night hockey. The first game of a two-game series between the Chips and the Bearcats. An eventful second period. Some extracurriculars that had a couple players sent off the ice, a couple misconducts as well. But right now the Bearcats are going to start off this second period on the penalty kill. One-man advantage to the Chippewas for a minute 25. The Cats hold on to their 8-goal lead. They lead 10-2, out-shooting the Chippewas 40-12 in this one. The final 20 minutes of some Friday night hockey in the Queen City. So one-man advantage for Central Michigan as they get set here to begin this third and final period. We are underway in period number 3. I take that back. We will restart that one. Referee having a discussion with the Chippewas bench. Don't know what the issue was there. We're going to try again, though. Linesman gets set on the dot. And we're going to retry this one. Third period underway from Cincinnati. Cincinnati wins the draw. Alex Perez chips that one towards the offensive zone, but the Chippewas take it away and start to develop their own offensive attack. Perez once again with another interception on that pass. Was going to float it towards the net. Went just wide. Cincinnati a man down, holding on to this puck inside the offensive zone on that left side for the Bearcats. Floating it forward for them was Hosick. Hosick had it for a second. The Chippewas come away with it. Back to Perez. He takes the shot and goes just wide. A prime opportunity for Alex Perez. Here come the Chippewas down this left side. They try and send it along the boards. Perez pushed it forward for Cincinnati. In it to the defensive half or defensive zone for the Chippewas. They take it out. Trying to break it out on that right side. Pushing it forward for them. Katsilidis has it. Katsilidis on the left side. Even with the goal. He drops it back. The shot from the point goes just wide. Deflected off of a Bearcat to go past Dalton. Now back behind the net. Cincinnati trying to break this one out. On the right side, it's Kempa. Here comes Kempa across the red line. Now across the blue line. Takes the shot. A good block by the defense of the Chips. Going down behind the net is Kempa. Still a one-man advantage for Cincinnati for about 16 seconds. It's stolen away by the Bearcats. Baxton right in front of the net. The save is made by Ashley. Back in front. The wraparound couldn't quite go for Kempa. Ashley stays strong, and that's going to kill off the penalty in just about 1 second. Out of the box he comes, and we're even strength. So the Bearcats kill off another penalty here to start off this third period. Chippewas with it on the left side. Trying to dance around inside the zone with it. At the stick of Bassett. Bassett loses possession as he battles with the Cincinnati defense. Drops it off to Bennett. Bennett's going to float it forward to the stick of Porter, who looks to the left side. Sonderhaus is in the area. Sonderhaus has it. Poked away from him. Here comes the Chips on their own attack. Over to the left side. That's Bassett. Bassett floats it from left to right. Now gets to the stick of Binford. Binford floats it in. Back behind the net it goes. It's chipped around. Bisoki had it for a second. Now Porter on that left side for Cincinnati. Outlet pass is sent up to Bennett. Bennett's got some space. Tried to go around the defender, who's just going to send it off of the boards. And up for the Chips. Sonderhaus takes it away. Sonderhaus tries to take it off of the bar. It goes. And it's saved and stopped by Ashley. Like he might have actually took that off of the mask. A loud noise. It almost sounded like it might have gone off of the post to his right. Was able to cover it and get the whistle. Cincinnati makes another change along with the Chips. 17:36 remains in the third period. 44 shots on goal for Cincinnati, 15 for Central Michigan. At the dot, Limmerbrock tried to win that draw. Instead, it goes to the Chips back behind their own net. Now Limmerbrock comes away with it. Sends it up to the point. Back to Limmerbrock now at the hash. Limmerbrock trying to keep that one in the zone. It's going to come out past the red line. The Cats are going to regroup. Limmerbrock trying to just dump that one in. Right at the blue line, he pushes it forward. Defense is ready. Here's Perez right in front. He's going to send it back towards the left side. Back up top it goes. Here's the Bearcats. Good offensive opportunity. Alex Perez up at the point. Send it down low. Even at the goal line, looking back up towards Perez. Perez trying to chip this one in. Back behind the net, it goes to Limmerbrock. Limmerbrock dancing around with it. It goes in front but the Chips were able to clear it out. Gets past the defense for the Bearcats. It's going to go all the way past Caden Dalton, and the whistle for icing will be blown. 16:43 remains in this period. Cincinnati getting some good offensive zone time the past 2 minutes. Another line change for them. Max Williams will now be the center, trying to win this draw. Williams on that dot, was able to win it back to his man that was right behind him. That was Cawthorn. Back to Williams, right in front. Shot goes on, another save from Ashley. A point-blank opportunity from the Bearcats. But they are stonewalled by Cole Ashley. .45 shots on goal for the Bearcats tonight. Williams can't quite win that draw. Trying to make a run on it was Cawthorn. Attempted clear by the Chippewas. It's kept in at the top, though, by the Bearcats. The D was pinching in. Here come the Chippewas trying to stretch the ice from right to left. They tried to dump one in. Kempa was ready for it, though. He works it back to the left side to Ancona. Kempa trying to weave one forward towards Burge. Went through everyone. Hand is up for an icing. So both teams trying to dump them through the neutral zone at the moment, not working out for them. Going to be an offensive zone draw for Central Michigan. Moravsky looks like he's going to take this one for the Chips, along with Williams for the Bearcats. On the left side, Ancona's going to ring this one around the boards towards Cawthorn. Williams is there to take it away. Max Williams trying to go around the defender. It's sent into the netting. Going to go out for another draw. See where they place this one. Puck went out of play right inside of the zone. It looks as if the linesman's going to set up on this dot just outside the blue line. Another line change for Cincinnati. Ignatovic in to take this draw for him. Ignatovic able to tie up the center for Central Michigan, working towards the left side. Hosick is there. Hosik's able to dump it in. Back behind the net it goes. Chips trying to break it out themselves. Bounces around at a couple feet of the Bearcats. The shot from Kempa goes high. Trying to take the shot from the point. Ancona's pinching up to make a play on it, but Kempa going to play this puck. Worked its way into the neutral zone. He loses possession. Was trying to send the pass forward. The Chips had a man there. That was Holland to make a play on that one. Couldn't quite gain possession, though. Puck remains in the defensive zone for Cincinnati. Kempa sends it up these right boards. Trying to push forward and goes down for Cincinnati. They're trying to push it up across the red line they go. It's dumped in off of the stick of Ignatovic. In that right corner they have it. Bouncing around a couple players, back and forth they go. Attempted ring around by the Chips. They send it forward all the way up to Aiden Betko, the defenseman for Cincinnati. He lets it go into his own defensive zone, and since he's going to change their forward lines. Up it goes on the right side. Sunderhouse in the area. Bouncing around, back and forth it goes. Here come the Chippewas to dump one in towards Dalton. He gloves it, hands it off to his defense. That's Bepko working from left to right. Bepko hands it off to Baxton. Duo that's seen a lot of minutes tonight on the back line for Cincinnati. Baxton on the right. Pushes it forward. Now to Bennett. Bennett, Sunderhouse in the area. Back and forth they go. On the left side, Central Michigan has it for a second. Now they send it to the slot. Right in front, the shot's going to go wide, deflected off of a Bearcat. They're still trying to find a man in front. Central Michigan with some offensive zone time now. Dalton standing strong in net. Up to 18 shots in this one. Going on goal for the Chips. Sunderhouse on the right side. Drops it off to Bennett. Bennett looking to cross ice. Back to Sunderhouse. He takes a shot. Pad save goes to Ashley. A couple Bearcats run into each other back behind the net. Chippewas on the right side. Push it forward. It's going to come down at the stick of Romine. Romine takes the shot. Doesn't go on net. Good defense from the Bearcats knocking off the puck. Come the Cats trying to find the offense themselves. On the left side. Bombing. Goes down. Hooking is going to be the call against Romine. Another 2-minute penalty. It's going to be tripping, actually, against the Chippewas. Another power play comes for the Cats. time with 13:34 remaining in the third period. Another chance to add on to their 8-goal lead. 46 shots on goal for the Cats tonight. Perez going to be out there alongside of Lemmerbrock. Grozen's out there. Visoki. And Zielinski. Perez wins that draw for the Bearcats. It's going to go out of the zone, though. Trying to work it up to the point where the Cats, and here they come across the blue line. On the right side, the shot goes on. Blocker save is made by Ashley. He has stayed strong tonight, coming in relief in the first period. Clapper can't go on net. Going to go into the corner. Battle for it down there between a Bearcat and a Chippewa. Cats are able to keep it in. Right at the blue line. This time it's going to go out and hit the netting right in front of the camera in the booth. It's going to set up a draw. See where they send this one. Linesman is staying in the zone. I believe that was cleared out by the Chippewa, so it is going to result in a draw that happens inside the zone. Perez in there for Cincinnati. He wins that one, sent it past the Chippewa, and sent it on net. A good play by Alex Perez, but Ashley stayed strong. Perez is calling for it in front of the net. Shot doesn't get through the D. It's blocked once again by the Chippewas. Up top for Cincinnati. And Soki had it. He dropped it down. Perez in front, can't get it on net. Whistle is blown. Looks like the net came off of its bearings. We're going to get another offensive zone draw for these Bearcats. Minute 17 remains on the penalty against the Chippewas. 12:51 remains in the third period. Cats lead by 8. Perez once again in the center, or in the circle, ready to take this one against Williamson. This one's won by Williamson, but Perez crashes on it to seal it away. Top of the circle, from left to right he goes. Drops it down to the right hash. Cincinnati using all of the open ice they can. Try and get this offense going. The right side, back down to Perez. Perez even with the net. Right in front, it's sent in. It's going to go just over the net. Can't get it on net. It's a mess in this right corner. Trying to find it. Perez delivers a hit. It's going to be cleared out, though, by the Chippewas. Back behind the net, Dalton plays it. Going to drop it off for the defense, dropping back. Visoki pushes it forward for the Cats. On this right side, Williams takes it into the offensive zone. Williams looking around, drops it off. The shot goes off of the post and out of play. What an opportunity for Brody Burge. Had him beat on the blocker side. Ashley thanks that post for the assist. A goalie's best friend are the posts that are right next to him. And they delivered there, taking what was going to be a sure goal away from the Bearcats. Williams in that circle, ready for this draw. 32 seconds remaining on the penalty against the Chippewas. Chippewas are able to clear this one out. This one's going to go towards Dalton. And Kona picks it up for the Cats. Let's Kempa take it. Kempa weaving his way through the ice. Kempa takes the shot himself just wide. Off of the backboards it goes. About to get back to even strength. The cross ice pass, can't find anyone for the Cats. Just 5 seconds remaining on the power play. Man was open on the left. So space, we're now even. Chippewas kill off another one. Cincinnati had it in front, can't get the shot away though. Good check is applied for Cincinnati. There's an aggressive play. We've got some hands being thrown in this right corner. More extracurriculars, and they're going at it into Queen City. Both teams have players throwing them around. Saw some sticks get high in the air on both of them. They're still pushing and shoving. Referees trying to break them up. Already saw a couple players sent off earlier. A helmet is on the ground. Man is down still for Central Michigan. Boys are going at it tonight. 11:11 remains on the clock in the third period. Absolutely buzzing in the Queen City. Chippewas were able to kill off a penalty. And you can only imagine we're going to have another big discussion in this one to see who going in the box. A couple men went straight in for Cincinnati. They got a couple guys going in for Central Michigan as well. at least 3, if not 4, are going in for the Chips. They now have a 4th guy going in for Cincinnati. The penalty boxes are full, overflowing with players in this one. Referees having a long discussion once again. I've seen this before, again, deja vu of the second period. The same situation happened on the opposite side of the ice. 50 shots on goal for Cincinnati, 20 for Central Michigan. You felt it getting chippy all night. Aggressive checks coming from each team. An 8-goal game. Some long discussions between each team. Still looking like some chatter going on between the 2 boxes as well. These teams will see each other a lot this year as well. Of course, they had the 2-game series here in Cincinnati this weekend. To wrap up this season, Cincinnati's going to head to Central Michigan, play 2 games up there. So these are 2 teams that are going to be very familiar with each other. Come year in, they are still talking a lot in those penalty boxes. Looks like we might be getting someone removed from the box heading to the locker room for the Bearcats. So another game for each team. Brody Burge is going to leave the ice for Cincinnati. And looks like it's going to be number 13. Nate Roski leaving the ice for Central Michigan. Going to be the 3rd player of the night for the Chips to get a game misconduct. 2nd guy for Cincinnati. Looks like we're also going to get some other penalties. Some other guys for the Chips are slowly working their way to the door. Looks like they're just talking to the guys who were sent off earlier. One of the things I've been loving to watch here has been the tendies for both teams. Of course, you had Cole Ashley over here from Central Michigan earlier playing the air guitar to the song. And you see Caden Dalton over there from Cincinnati having some discussions with the fans that are behind the net. Referees still figuring things out here on what the rulings are going to be. If you are a captain in this game, you have been active, figuring out calls and having discussions. You're going to be on a first-name basis with this referee crew by the end of the night. Nate Sunderhouse talking with his coaching staff after having a discussion with the referee. The captain for Central Michigan, the roster I was given pregame has a different name than who it is on the back of the jersey. I believe it's Williamson, number 21. .11 on the clock remaining in the 3rd period. 11-11 is your time as well tonight. Game going late into the night hours here in Cincinnati. Teams are still talking back and forth in those penalty boxes as well as the referees talk to the teams. Eventful 8-goal game this has been. Cincinnati with a fiery first period, leading 7-1 after 20. Second period that had extracurriculars like we just saw, resulting in a couple players being sent off on both teams. And of course, the fisticuffs that were just traded in the Central Michigan defensive zone. Man, the referees taking their time, figuring out what the calls are going to be on this one. We're approaching 3+ minutes, not 4, of just stalled play. Referees come back to the score. See if we can figure this out. I'm counting 3 guys in the box for Central Michigan and 3 for Cincinnati right now. Make that 4 for Cincinnati. I already know 1 has been sent off for each team. Motioning for a draw in the Cincinnati defensive zone. Bearcats have 4 guys on the ice. Looks like there's going to be a 5-minute major against the Bearcats. They're going to be shorthanded for 5. Each team heavily shorthanded in this game as it stands. 3 guys sent off for Central Michigan, 2 for Cincinnati. We're ready to get back underway. A 5-minute power play that should not expire for Central Michigan. 11:11 remains on the clock. Cincinnati leads 10-2. Draw is won by the Bearcats. They send it up the left side of the boards after wrapping it around on the right. Bennett makes a run at that one. He sends it towards the net. Ashley has to make a play on it. There's 2 Bearcats in the area. Limmerbrock right in front. He takes the shot. Off of the bar it goes again. Bearcats find another bar in this one, as Ashley's best friend has been the net. Here come the Chips. Down the left side trying to break this out. Right to Baxton it goes for Cincinnati though. Limmerbrock trying to break this one out through the center of the ice. Reminder, Cincinnati's on the penalty kill, not making it look like that. And Limmerbrock goes top shelf and buries the shorthanded goal. What a goal from Connor Limmerbrock. And the Bearcats have their 11th of the night. Another shorthanded goal for Cincinnati. 4:23 remains in the penalty. 10:35 remains in the period. Changes everywhere for the Cats. A brand new 4 will enter the ice. Perez out there with Grozen, Visoki, and Hosick. Grozen makes the first play for the Cats. He just chips this one down into the Central Michigan zone. Chips slow to make a play on this one in the corner. The Cats start to apply some pressure. Back behind their own net they have it. Down this left side it goes. Romain on the left. Thinking about dropping it off, does a little spin move. We'll send it back, trying to get it in that corner. Bunch of Bearcats, a bunch of Chips in the area. The Cats come away with it with 1 last man in the area. Perez working his way through the neutral zone. Can he corral it? He cannot. It's going to be taken away by the Chips as they try and get their own offense developed. Good hit into the boards there on the right side from Visoki. Cats come away with it behind the net. Sent along the boards. Back into the neutral zone. Kotsilidis has it for CMU. On the left side, he takes it himself all the way back behind the goal line. He has it now in the trapezoid behind the net. Tries to do the wraparound on Dalton. He saves it with his pad. A lot of pushing and shoving in front of the net. And some hugs and some pushing and more pushing and shoving now comes. A game that's been filled with extracurriculars so far. We've got punches being thrown behind the net between a couple players. It's like Dalton was involved at one point as well. Well, it looks like we're going to get more players in the box for both teams. Visoki goes in for Cincinnati. Delcourt goes in for Central Michigan. Frustrations being shown from both sides. So right now, the penalty for the Bearcats is 3:17. Delcourt is going to be sent off for Central Michigan. So as if there's a chance Quinn Visoki is as well. 9:29 remaining in the third period. Visoki is going to head to the locker room as well. Benches are emptying tonight. The fact that everyone is seeming to be getting sent to the showers early. 3:17 on the penalty kill. This remains the exact same with 9:29 remaining in the game. Still a lot of talking going on between the two teams in the penalty boxes, but the draw is won by Central Michigan. Sent towards the net. Dalton with the save. Dalton with another pad save as it stays behind the goal line. Cincinnati going to try and break it out themselves. Up the center of the ice it goes. Ignatovic dancing around with the puck, trying to go around the defense from Central Michigan. He lost possession. Now he's going to play in the forecheck. Back behind the net. He poked it away. It's on this right side. He's got men with him. Sends it towards the net. Can't be put on, though. Ignatovic pokes it away. Shot goes just wide. The shot from Chase Porter was going towards Ashley, but it went wide. Porter still with it in the corner. He's battling with 3 Chippewas. They now come away with it. Break it up the center of the ice. Bassett pushing it forward himself. A good check by the Bearcat. More extracurriculars. I think we're going to get a whistle on that one. It's an aggressive hit from Aiden Bepko. We're going to see what the whistle on him is. Bepko laid the body in the open ice. Whistle was immediately blown. No calls on that one. 2:26 remains on the PK for Cincinnati. 8:38 remains. Third period. Cats lead 11-2. Aggressive play for both sides. Boiled over many times now in this third period. Central Michigan able to keep it in, but the Bearcats cleared out right after. So down that right side, making a run at that one is Bauman. Bauman gets there. He's got a man with him right in front. The shot goes just high. A prime opportunity for Zoyer Solinsky. Couldn't put it on net, though. The result in an offensive zone draw for Cincinnati. Chances have been there all night. 51 shots on goal. They've converted 11. Max Williams in to take the draw for the Cats. Williams wins it back. All the way back to Bauman. Shot goes right to Ashley. Easy save, easy cover. Gets the whistle. Draw was won by Cincinnati. Went back to the point. Sent on net. Another easy save by Ashley. Just padding the stat numbers for Ashley tonight with the amount of saves he's made. Hosick ready for this draw for Cincinnati. It's going to be sent out of the zone. It's going to be Alex Perez to take this draw. Perez tries to win it, but the Chips send it back to their defense. They're going to try and break it out this left side. Chipped off the boards. Bearcat defense went down for a second. Coming back to his feet, though, is Grozen. Grozen takes the shot. Doesn't quite get through. Deflects off of a Chippewa. It's going to be gloved by Ashley once again. Gains another whistle on the freeze. Some misconducts continue to expire for Cincinnati. Only one guy remains in the box as the man surveying that 5-minute major. Still has a minute 55 left on it. It's Brody Burge remaining in there. 8 minutes remain in this third period. Chippewas send it around the boards. Now working up that center of the ice. Williamson has it. Williamson's going to dump it in. Back behind the net it goes. It's going to be wrapped back around. Ancona trying to push it forward. He's got Perez in front of him. Couldn't quite time it correctly. Chippewas trying to answer back, get it back in their offensive zone. Bearcats were ready for their dump. Ancona trying to dump it out himself. Off the boards, it was gloved by a Chippewa. The Bearcats take it around their own net. That's Kempa. Kempa off the boards. All the way down, no icing will be called on the PK. Perez is there. It's sent into the corner. Chippewas are slow to get there. Perez wins the battle. Perez is sent to the ground. Chippewas with a good check on that one. Here come the Chips down the right side now. Roaming trying to weave his way through. Bennett has it. Bennett from right to left. Makes some space himself. Bodying the defender off to the puck. Bennett around the net. He takes it himself. Not allowing anyone else to touch it. Now he drops it off to Cawthron. Couldn't quite gather it in. And Central Michigan breaks it out themselves up this left side. It's pushed forward by Hollis. Hollis has it. Now coming away with it for Cincinnati is Cawthron. Cawthron dances around with it. It's around the defender, throws it in towards the net, goes just wide. Bearcats had it in front for a second. Bennett couldn't come away with it. Now back to the top it goes. Bepko going to take the shot. Save made by the blocker and the pad. Back-to-back saves for Ashley. Bearcats still have it. A lot of contact from the Chips. No whistle. Coming away with it for the Bearcats, though, is Baxton. He's going to hand it off to Cawthron. Cawthron trying to dance around. Tries to send it on net. Bounces around at a couple feet. And here come the Chippewas with numbers. A 3-on-1 developing. Williamson on the left side. Shot onto Dalton. Makes the save and holds it in his chest for the whistle. Caden Dalton stays strong. He's had a good night in net so far. 26 shot he's faced. He's only allowed 2 in. 5:40 remains. That we're even strength here at Queen City Sportsplex between the two teams. Cincinnati leading 11-2. Puck is dropped. Cincinnati wins the draw. So up that right sideline. Here come the Bearcats now on the left side. Sent just past the net. Off the backboards it goes. Now here come the Chippewas on the left side. Bassett. Across the blue line he goes. Throws it in front of the net. No one's there for him. Tried to be crossed over. Dancing around with it. Silas had it. Now back behind the net. The Bearcats trying to advance it forward. Ancona has it. Cross ice pass. Out to the stick of Porter. Porter loses possession. It's kicked out by Bassett. Good defensive play to keep that offensive opportunity from developing for the Cats. Perez takes it in for Cincinnati. Attempted dump in by Ancona. Chippewas are ready for it. They're knocked off the puck, though, by Ancona. Here come the Cats on the regroup. Open space for them. Start to work their way down the right side. A man missing for Central Michigan. Finding the post on the right side was the Bearcats. Taking that shot was Hosick. Bearcats going to have to regroup as it came out of the zone. They come back on onside. The late offsides will now be the call. Perez has to go cross ice. 4:30 remains in the third period. He's looking for Perez once again. Couldn't find him. Flip forward towards the net it goes. It's going to go back behind it. And here come the Bearcats. Baxton down this right side. Good hip check there from the Chippewas, but they can't take him off the puck. Floated right onto net. Goes just behind. Chippewas trying to bounce back. Still a mess. Players trying to come away with the puck behind the net. Floats its way out. Off of the boards. Across the red line it goes. And the Bearcats regroup and dump it back in. Line change coming for them. 3 new players coming on. Chance for the Chippewas to break out during this change. They can't quite do it, though. Bennett comes away with it for Cincinnati. Bennett, chance for the shot, and he snipes it home. Brayson Bennett snipes one in the top right corner, and Cincinnati has a 10-goal lead. 12-2, the Bearcats lead with 3:40 remaining in this third and final period. Draw is won by the Chippewas. Chippewas back in their own end, trying to send this into the offensive zone. Sent towards the net. It's paddled away by Dalton. Cincinnati. Just back and forth they go. Each team having a little trouble getting it through the neutral zone. And just trip it in. Central Michigan right in front of the net. Here's a good chance. Goes past Dalton. Went just wide. Cincinnati has numbers. 3-on-2 developing. It's the top line for the Bearcats. Bennett right in the slot. Sent in. Save is made. Ashley with another great pad save. Post comes off its bearings. Whistle is blown. But how about Cole Ashley tonight? Staying strong in net. His number was called late in the first period. Remained strong. 59 shots for the Bearcats tonight. They've scored 12 of them. And goes down off the draw for the Bearcats. Chippewas trying to come away with it. They're going to send it up that right side, up into the ceiling it goes. It's under 3 minutes remain. We'll have another draw in the offensive zone for Cincinnati. Cincinnati comes away with it. Perez was trying to push it towards the net. Perez looking around towards the top of the blue line. Goes. From Cincinnati, they're able to get it back into the offensive zone. Went towards the feet. Ignatovich. Ignatovich able to keep that one in, make that Porter. Had to take it out. Perez right on the blue line making a play on this one. Dumps it just towards the net. Ashley makes the stop and covers it. 60 total shots on goal tonight for Cincinnati. So 2:23 remains in this third period. Cincinnati with a 10-goal lead over the Central Michigan Chippewas. To take this draw for Cincinnati will be C.J. Davidson at 30. The right side for Cincinnati. Grozen has it. Looking around with it now is Baxton. Baxton across the blue line, now across the red line. Going to go into the offensive zone. Drops it off. The shot goes on by Bauman. It was sent just wide. Comes Central Michigan working through the neutral zone themselves. Just have to dump it down. They're going to get a change. Approaching the final 60 seconds of this one. Cincinnati with their 10-goal lead over Central Michigan. Back and forth they go. Neither team were really to develop an offensive opportunity in the last 30 or so seconds. Cincinnati breaking it out from behind their own net. On the left side, a little bit of space as the Bearcats push forward. Around the net they go. Zielinski had it on his stick. To the point it comes. Shot from Ancona doesn't make it through. Back to Zielinski it goes on the right side. Final 30 here from Queen City Sportsplex. Ancona down to the left side. Bebko thought about it. Goes just wide. Ancona once again trying to keep it in for the Cats. Final 20. Max Williams. Back to Ancona. He floats it towards Ashley. Ashley makes the glove stop. And that's going to stop it with 10 seconds remaining. Draw on the right side of the zone for Cincinnati. Sent towards the slot. Can't get it to Ancona. It comes down to the left side. Bepko in the final 5 seconds sends that just wide of the net. And Ancona just going to let that clock run out. And Cincinnati is going to pick up a 10-goal win over Central Michigan. They win this one 12-2. 61 shots on goal for Cincinnati. Just 27 for Central Michigan. A big win for the Bearcats. They'll look to do it tomorrow night as they will take on this Central Michigan squad once again. You can find that game on the UC Hockey YouTube as well. We thank you for watching and taking in tonight's game.